You know, I didn't even know Mark had a tomahawk. Throwing a tomahawk is kind of like shooting instinctive archery. Just focus on your target, let it rip. Okay, what I'm doing now, I took this ring down. I've got this round scrape, and that's nice in these areas where these dips and dives go around the knots and things like that. Helps to get just a good clean. You want that ring nice and clean on the back, so that round edge helps you get into those tight spots where it's not just straight. Okay, that's the knot that looked so prominent before. Not very big now that I've got it down to the ring and nice and smooth. But there's the other knot that's just above it. It'll be off the side of the bow actually. So I'm going to lay this bow out. I'm thinking I'm going to make it 58 inches. So I'm going to have to decide where the handle will go. It'll probably go right in here somewhere. And then we'll go 29 inches either side and go ahead and lay the bow out Tennessee Home Guard style. Okay, I want to explain what I've done. I've laid the handle out here. I'm making a normal adult size handle for this. This is going to be for my 11-year-old son. So I laid the handle out. You can see the taper in here, the width of the handle back down to the taper, and then back out. Much like I did, or exactly like I did on the Mulberry Kids bow that you saw in the other video series. I make marks every inch in the handle, and then after the handle every 2 inches, and that helps me keep my increments together. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to make a Tennessee Home Guard. This knot right here, I've been really trying to make a decision on. Go out and keep it in the limb or go inside it. I want this limb to stay the same width out to 8 inches prior to the end, and then 8 inches prior to the tip will taper symmetrically to the tip. I've decided that I am going to, and what I've done here is just make tick marks for the width of the limb right here, 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 and these are to keep me honest but don't have to be perfect. What I'm really going to follow is I'm going to take a pencil here in a second and follow the grain that runs at that width. I've decided to take this out and leave this in the limb, so I'm going to go out and around it and then back in. This will stay down through here just like along that that grain. So it's going to be a little bit of character in it. We'll just stay with the grain all the way down. You can see those tick marks on the left just to keep me honest on that grain, and about the same width. We'll have a knot in the middle there. We'll go right on out to 8 inches prior, and then if you look from the end, you got there's 2, 4, 6, 8 is at full width, and then we got our taper coming in. It continues to drop on down to the tip, and we'll bring it in and we'll connect those lines. So now I'm just going to sit down and connect the lines. Okay, this is what the bow looks like laid out. Just taper those last 8 inches down through there, and then we just go with the grain equally down there. There's that knot in the middle. You got a little bit of a curve there, not a lot. I've decided I drew this in on both ways. You could keep this the same distance around, but it's so close to the fades I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this thing on the same grain line, go ahead and incorporate this knot, and just leave the knot in there and see how that works out. There's the handle all the way down, a couple of low knots down through there, nothing significant, and then we'll end it right there. Okay, I'm going to install this thing out. I'm not going to do much other than cut it off down there at the bottom right there, and then cut the tapers of the limbs in. All this other work will be rasp work on the side because there's very little. I'll do a little bit of cutting with the small saw and the handle to get it shaped up, and that's it. Okay, if you ask me, a number 49 and a number 50 rasp are just essentials to have. They work wonders on this wood when you get it down here. What I'm going to do now is just take that line, or take the wood right down to the line, and get it nice and symmetrical looking like I want it to look for a bow, and then we'll begin to work on the belly. So I'll just work on these lines with this number 49 rasp. Get it looking nice. Okay, we've taken it down to the lines on both limbs. Just use that rasp to get it down there where you drew your lines. Get the knot there, the handle there. All the way down. Now at this point, we'll start working on the belly. Okay, this is Austin's Osage. We've got it ready to brace. It's actually got a long string on it now, but it's been far enough that we could brace it. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and put it on the form, heat the belly, get some reflex in it, make sure it's good and straight, and then we'll go to a short string and finish the tiller. Okay, I want to show you how much reflex we're putting in here with the heat treating. We just use a heat gun, as you can see there. This limb I've not heated and clamped down, obviously, so you can see how much we get out of that. And then when we take it off the form, I'll show you how much held. Every piece of wood is different, obviously. Now that limb I've got already tightened down and heated. You know, some woods will hold it really well, and even of the same type. Sometimes you'll get a piece of wood that just really holds well, and other times you'll take it off and it won't have held more than an inch or two of the reflex. The key though is to heat the wood. Don't scorch it and burn it, but heat it evenly throughout the wood and get it good and warm all the way through, so that wood will bend, and then when it cools, hopefully it'll hold that form. So we'll take a look at this when we take it off the form. Okay, should have cooled by now, so we'll take them off and see how it holds the form we put in. We want it to stay just as close as possible, obviously, to that form. Oh yeah, you can already tell it's holding it pretty well. See, it's almost still flush. It's still going to come out a little bit more if we take these off, but we're really getting down to the straighter part of the limb. So not bad. See, it held it all but about an inch, which is just great. It's got to come out more there because it's using the leverage of this limb. But put it back up. You can see what it held. So you can see we now got that reflex in there now.